Alright guys, welcome back to it again. We're back with this FiveM project here, the Get a Life RP server, trying to get this thing up and running, as well as trying to go through as many different scripts as we can to teach you guys how to do it yourself without having to pay someone else to do it for you. Alright, again we're back at it. Today we are going to be working on this particular script right here. It is the KoKoRog Infinity Multi-Job. What this does is it will allow you to have more than one job. You can set it for as many as you want. Normally most people set 4 to 5, but it just allows a person to go off duty. So you have someone working as a police officer, they can go off duty, or you can have someone that works as a mechanic and possibly works part-time at the local, at the burger shop, making food or what have you. It also allows you to have multiple jobs at the same place, like a mechanic shop can have a tow truck driver and a mechanic. That way there's two separate entities. Maybe you don't want all the mechanics driving the tow trucks or the tow yard or whatever the situation may be, but it does allow you to have more than one job. And it does come up from time to time. You'll have these go-getters that want to do multiple jobs, try a few different things, and have multiple things going on depending on their situation. Streamers especially like to try and create as much content as possible for their particular stream. So having more jobs or trying different jobs allows them to add more to their stream. So this one here, again, this is the link for it. I will put it in the description below. It's the KoKoRog. It does show up a different way when you download it off of your escrow, but this is what it is. Not too bad at the moment. It's running at 10. It does. Let's change it over to dollars. Let's see what it looks like here. So $11.65 in dollars. Not too bad. And I've used this one quite a while. I've not had any issues with it. There may be different versions out there. This one just works. The only thing you have to worry about this one is when you do get into your coding, make sure you switch it from Russian, I believe it's Russian, to English if that's your language. If you're speaking Spanish, you're probably having a hard time at the moment, so that's probably not even an issue. So let's get going with this. Again, this is what we're going to do. It shouldn't take very long. Usually this one's a pretty quick in and out, done and over with, pretty quick thing. So let's switch back over to our main screen here. It does show up a little differently. It does not show up as a multi-job. It shows up as escrow. So let's get it broken down here. Right, get it loaded. It does show up as escrow. Now this one I do put into my modules folder. So again, we have multiple folders we can create. This is the one that I just usually put these kinds of things in. They don't have anything really to do with jobs or anything particular. This is just mainly where I put my back-end items, your phone or anything like that. This is just where I put it there because it's something you set it and you forget it. Alright, so going into this escrow account. So here you have it. IF multi-job. Now it does come with the boss menu. So if you want to load in the QB boss menu, you can do it. It is there. I tend to not use it. If it comes up that you do need it, you can. With the new banking system and the way they changed QB management, if you want to use the old boss menus, you have to do it this way. I personally just have it set up to where the money goes to the bank. So if someone goes into the burger shop, they spend money to the bank. Just like swapping your debit card. That's the way we do it. If they give you cash, that's separately, that's you. But that's the person day to day, just like a regular business, in the real world. Someone goes in, they swipe that debit card, it goes to the bank. It doesn't go to some magic safe in the office. So cash is handled on hand. All transactions go to the bank. Again, if you're using the same banking system that I am, the OK banking, you will have to do that in some of the scripts. Is change it from QB banking to OK banking in the exports if you don't have it where it actually supports the OK banking script. Pretty easy to change out because it uses all the same exports. Alright, now that that's over with and I've rambled on for what seems to be a little bit too long, let's get this thing loaded. All you have to do is open it up here. It does have its own database. So we'll open it up and look at it. So this is just a couple of tables it adds in. copy this thing. Let me get the database opened up here. Right, just a moment. I didn't even think about this ahead of time. Username. Come on now. There we go. Password. Alright. Okay. Alright, now. So what we're going to do is again, after we copy it, just go to SQL. Now you can do the import and pull this exact file that you want. At the moment I'm doing it this way because a lot of people need to learn to do it this way, because there are people do put little notes in these and you have to remove them before you add them in. So I tend to teach people doing it this way as much as possible, unless it's an established script company, you know, like in this Infinity one is usually pretty good, and OK or Wasabi, most of those will drag and drop. You can just do the import. But again, just copy and paste it in here. Go. There we get both of our lines of code. So we're good on that. Now, let's get back over here. Close this. Now, again, you want to go in here. Right there. See? Switch that to Anglais. See. Alright, now you can go down and check some of this out. As far as I remember, every time I've done it, there's never been much to change. The only thing you have to wonder is if F4 is a problem for you. So if F4 is not a problem for you, you're good on that. It's automatically going to be for QBCore on the one that I have. And let's see, and then down here is your max jobs. Okay. And this is where it picks up your notifications. See, it already does OK notify, which is good for me because that's what I use. If not, it will use whatever's on QB as the default. And these are blacklisted jobs, so these are ones that you just can't get. So someone can't just give you a job. You have to get these give it to you. So like if you have a specific job like we have, we tend to use a laptop, the tuning laptop, and we have a job on there for the tuning laptop itself. And I don't want someone to give someone that job, so I make it a blacklisted job once we add it in. That way it has to be an admin to give them that job. But again, pretty simple. You can save that. You can add webhooks if you want. The only thing about this one is every time someone switches jobs, it's going to throw you a webhook. So if you got somebody, if you get to where people have 2 and 3 jobs, or at least 2 jobs, usually ends up being the issue. So, you know, the guy at the mechanic shop will also own or help out the guy at the burger shop when there's nothing else going on. And when they swap jobs every time, it's going to send you a webhook. Or if someone hires somebody, it's going to send you a webhook. So it tends to create a lot of traffic on that webhook. So it's up to you. I've had it a few times. I don't like it. I think it just causes too much traffic. So I tend to leave it off. That's entirely up to you. You can add it and then take it off later. That's something you can also do. But again, pretty simple to set this thing up. And then you just do the whole drag and drop and give it its time. Once you do that, it's ready to go. All we have to do is go back down. Let me get our TX admin open. Let's get back over here. Now we're going to go to our live console. Now I am showing an issue with the Wasabi bridge. I need to update it. For some reason, as soon as I install this one, they decide to come out with a new one, and this tends to be an issue. You'll install it, see the latest version is 1.5, and I'm at 1.4.9. Tends to be, and look at this, there's a 112, now there's a 110. So it's like it's a never-ending things for these. So like these wasabi ambulances, and some of these scripts we have to keep updating over and over and over again. So, and that's just a matter of grabbing that particular script, swapping it out. The only thing that sucks is with these bigger ones like these, you have to go in and swap out that script coding to make sure it matches. So I tend to not do it as fast as anybody else. I'll do this like once a week. These are if you ever see these are just hitches on the server. So that could be their internet had a glitch or something at that point in time. These happen. And this one here is a GitHub issue. So it does verify your version through GitHub to make sure that you've got the right, most up-to-date version. And it does have, looks like they're having issues on that one's co-design. So good. Anything else? It looks like everything's good. You do see these. This is something that's been on there recently. Like I said, I've asked about it. There's an announcement on it. You can look at it. It's not a big deal. It doesn't cause any issues. So, and you'll tend to see these. But these, I tend to do them. I'll pick a day and just, that's our update day. I'll do the update between restarts, and it takes about an hour to do some of this stuff, and then just leave it alone. Alright, so what we need to do is restart the server. And in full transparency, that was something I did forget on our last install with the phone. I forgot to add the prop. It is a separate folder. It comes with the Pro, and that's why the guy, when he was in the game, that's why he didn't have the phone in his hand, because I forgot to add the prop. Something new. I didn't even realize they had done that until I went back and looked today, and I'm like, oh wait, we need that. So, okay, so we have everything is in. Let's see if we can spot it. There it is. There's our IF multi-job, and we don't have any errors from it at the moment. So what we're going to do, as always, we'll kick back up here and load a FiveM. Again, most of these scripts are pretty simple. I can probably put a couple of them per video, but I want to try to separate them out so that way if someone's looking for a specific script, they can find it. And again, if anybody needs anything, help with anything else, let me know. If I can't get you, I've got plenty of friends that help out with certain other items that I might not be able to take care of at that moment. But I'm usually available to help out anybody that needs any assistance. And again, if you don't mind, if you like, comment on the videos, it does help get it out to more people that need help, and that keeps the algorithm from pushing it out to people that don't necessarily need help with this particular script or with FiveM. So it helps with the algorithm. Again, like and comment. You don't necessarily have to subscribe, but it does help as well. Alright, so let's just go last as good for me. There it is. Alright. Okay. So on this one, you hit F4. There it is. Now, of course, you see I already had a job, so it's not going to show up on the file yet. So I got to get it in the database, right? So what we're going to do is set job number 1, release, and I believe I used grade 3. Right now, there is our job. Now what you do is, these are the reds and the greens, so you can just hit the button. One of these should, it's off duty. Or you can just do that. I guess they changed it to that. You used to have both on them, so this must be the new update. So you go on duty, the button, and then off duty. Oh, it's a cop, that's why. Okay, yeah. It's picking up the, you can't go off duty as a cop thing. So let's do this. Let's go at 4. I don't want to be a cop anymore. T/set job 1, and because I know that's still a job. 3, there. So it's showing LS Customs, which is the default mechanic. F4, there he is. So this, there it goes. You are now off duty. And then if you want to go back on duty, you just click on the little button there, and it puts us back on duty. And then off duty. Go. That takes care of that particular script. Again, it's really simple to add it. Allows you to have multiple jobs. Not that that's something you always want to do, but it does allow people to have a couple of jobs, especially with if you have business owners. They tend to try to help each other out, so it allows them to jump in and be a team player sometimes, especially with these restaurants and things, and trying to get things done. So that takes care of that one. Again, I'll put the links to this particular script in the description below. And again, like, comment, subscribe, share the videos with anybody you know that would need some help or is interested in learning how to do these particular scripts. We are going to continue along. Probably got another 90 or so that we're going to do. By the time I get done, there'll probably be over 100 videos. We've got a lot of scripts we're going to go through. I'm going to clean up my entire Keymaster doing this. I'm going to do videos for every script that I have, even the ones that I don't use. So, if you don't, just because I don't use it, doesn't mean you don't use it. And better just help everybody out. So, again, try to watch the video as long as you can. That does help as well. And again, click that like button and give us a share, comment. That way we can get our message out there. And again, I'll see you in the next one. Probably, let's see what we've got. Let's see. What do we have to do here? So there's that one. I think we're about out of the main stuff that we have to do. Let's see. Maybe get the wasabi evidence in next. That could be something to start on next. Let's get the police stuff out of the way, and then maybe we'll move into some of the EMS stuff. That takes care of that. And then we'll get some of these basic jobs out of the way. I need to do a whole batch of OK stuff and hardcore. The LCs, these Kairos are going to take time. That's going to be a long video just because of the amount of individual coding for each one. And then this is for the mechanic, and then just a few other things, but looks like we have 93 items left, and out of that 93 we're probably going to do at least 90 of them. So but on the next one we will probably go ahead and just finish up the wasabi, and I may go ahead and grab and I'll walk you guys through swapping out stuff when it gets updated. So we'll do the wasabi evidence and the wasabi bridge to get that out of the way, and then that way I'll have that much done. But again, thanks for hanging out with us, man, and we will be back soon with another one, and we'll get to that wasabi evidence.